JT?
Go and walkabout again.
Indeed he is.
He's living the Australian dream over there, eh?
Somebody wake up JT. One of those kids over there. Wake him up. Oh, well.
One of those crocodiles there back at JT. Tell him he's on the clock.
Okay. Well, anyway, Reno, huge game yesterday, eh?
Yeah, massive game, mate. Actually, one of the highlights of the NRL games that I've seen all season. This is what it comes down to, preliminary one, and put yourself into the big dance. And that's what the Raiders did last night over the much-favoured South Sydney Rabbitohs in front of a very, very vocal Raiders crowd. You got two big coaches going head-to-head, and mate, the players didn't fail to deliver some of the hits, some of the biggest you've seen. Josh Papali on Dewey. Man, there was some big confrontational stuff in the game, and that's what we love about the league. No holds barred. The tries are spectacular. The hits are even better. But just the passion of each individual player. Some of them just give it their all. You know, some of them been knocked. Some of the legs are a bit dangly there. When you take a look at the number 9 for the Raiders, he just carried on, saved a certain try. It's right on the edge, fringe stuff. And this is what you love about the finals. And good on the Raiders. You know, when you think all those years gone by, haven't done a final.
In
and
a while.
Ricky, he'll be emotional, mate, because he's never shy to voice his concern if something doesn't go his way with the game and the rest and everything like that. When it comes to the media conference, he's cost the club a lot of money, but this time it's all about celebrations and some of these young stars. A lot of Kiwi boys out there as well, stepping up to the mark for the Raiders. Great for the Green Machine.
Yeah, that is great for the Green Machine, indeed, isn't it, JT?
Hello.
Hello. Great to have you back.
Yeah, sorry, I had a bit of a siesta. Just a row walk, talk about water and put me to sleep. Yeah, good time of the year, boys. It's semi-final, as Reno said. So, look, a lot at stake. Raiders haven't made a grand final since 1994. So, in that time, of course, the Warriors have made two. Haven't won one, but, yeah, Josh Hodgson, I think, a bit of controversy there. Probably should have come off for an HIA, but he didn't. Had it been a normal game during the year, they probably would have rushed him off, but just shows even doctors can be brought out. But, yeah, mate, crack a game, but I've just got to say, I think it was a bit clunky in the second half. And I think whoever wins tonight will take out the trophy next week, Storm Roosters. Hopefully it's a Storm, but yeah, very parochial crowd down there at GIO, Bruce Stadium. And yeah, mate, crack a game, like I said, in the first half. It just sort of tended to lose its way, but in the second half, obviously fatigue came in. There's a lot of defence in that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, big ups to Canberra and hard luck. Yeah, roll on tonight.
Yeah, it certainly was a huge crowd there, wasn't there, Reno? Just an absolutely huge crowd.
Oh, massive crowd, you know, and that's what it is. It's the biggest crowd they've had, I think, in many years in regards to the final. You know, Cody Walker tried everything he could at number 6. Reynolds didn't have the flashes game. Damien Cook wasn't that great. They knocked around old Sam Burgess for a little bit there as well. And then, of course, the old Raiders just replied and went hard out. And Josh Papali, mate, you try and stop that machine right close to the try line. But now on report, obviously, with that big hit and one of the biggest you'll see going around in the final side of things. Clock's dead, could have caused could have lost it for them when he did that strip. But you got to give it to all the players here, and the Raiders deserve to be in the final. And I don't know if many people actually realise mid-competition that this Green Machine would make it to the final. Might have been the black sheep to get there, but well, they're in the big dance. Look forward to next Sunday night. I can't wait.
No, I thought it was great indeed. And tell you what, it's wonderful to see, you know, the Green Machine back in that sort of mould, isn't it? What do you reckon, JT?
Yeah, it is. Long-suffering fans at Canberra Raiders. They were a successful club back in the late 80s and the early 90s, down with the likes of Meninga and co. And unfortunately, they've had a bit of a lull since that 94 premiership and haven't really sort of figured anywhere near the grand final. A couple of preliminary finals in recent times, but apart from that, they've just been making up the numbers. So a very staunch band of fans will paint ANZ Stadium lime green next Sunday, and whether it'll be purple or red, white and blue against them next week awaits us tonight. But yeah, definitely, mate, the Canberra Raiders, I sort of said earlier in the year they'd struggled, they haven't got the front row rotation that others have. They've only got Papali and C.S. Oyola, he's a former back. with Dynamis Louis off the bench. So, but those back row, there's Elliot Whitehead, John Bateman, and even young Joseph Tarpany last night on a couple of decent shots. They've really led the way for that forward pack. And Josh Kapali has just been in career best form the last sort of month or two, and yeah, he was unstoppable last night. He was, for mine, the man of the match. And if he gets suspended for that, that's a joke, mate. He deserves to play in the grand final. If you get rubbed out for that one, the game's gone soft. Might as well go and play tiddlywinks.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be a good game tomorrow, though, Wade. We'll start off with you, Reno. What do you reckon, bro? I mean, tonight. The game tonight.
Yeah. This could go anyway, mate. Traditionally, over the season gone by, it's been an interesting one with the Raiders in Storm scenario. If the Storm do win tonight, I don't know, a hell of a game, mate. I love to see the Storm there. Yeah, I'd love to see the Storm there and bring on a final where, you know, the Raiders and the Storm be something different. No one would have predicted that throughout the season. Let alone predict the Raiders will be in the final. But, yeah, I think the Storm might. Oh, God, I don't know. This is going to be a hell of a game.
It's going to be a hell of a game. It's
Yeah,
going to be a hell of a
fact.
game. Yep. Whoever wins tonight, well, I think we can say that whoever wins tonight will thoroughly deserve to go through to the final. What do you reckon, JT?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the grand final a week earlier. I mean, experts thought this was supposed to be the last game of the year, but unfortunately, Canberra got in the way of that one. But it is what it is, and yeah, look, mate, I can't wait. Well, I've got a feeling that whoever wins tonight, everyone will be jumping on the Canberra Raiders bandwagon.
I agree.
You know, many people like the Storm, and even less like the Roosters in Sydney. So, yeah, it'll be the classic hero-villain scenario in next week's grand final either way. So, look, I'm obviously Melbourne Storm.
Yeah.
Entrenched, so hopefully they can get across the line. A couple of outs for both teams. Jake Friend, the inspirational hooker and captain, has been ruled out. And for us, Suliasi Vunivalu, the Fijian winger, isn't playing, but that's okay. They'll slot Will Chambers onto the wing. And there's a little bit of doubt about Luke Keary. He's wearing a moon boot at training the other day, so unsure whether or not he'll play. And of course, the Kasi bro from Rotorua, Jared Waidea-Hargreaves, has been ruled out for a leg trip. So their win percentage, interestingly enough, drops from about 60 to 40% when he's not playing. So hopefully we can capitalise on that and get the win tonight. But it's going to be a tough one. The SCG, Melbourne have never walked as a team. And the Roosters, I think they've only dropped one game there this year. So it's going to be a cracker, probably the same intensity as last night's match.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Ra, what do you reckon about tonight's game? I mean, it's going to be an absolute cracker. Roosters against the Storm, bro.
Yeah, well, I got to be honest, Kishi, in terms of NRL support, I've only ever really kind of gotten behind three teams, Brisbane, the Warriors, and Melbourne. The Warriors, for obvious reasons, being our Kiwi side, and Melbourne and Brisbane because of their style of play. It's just, it's attractive football and it's winning football. And if I'm being honest, I suppose the Raiders, deep down, they're the team I've always they're probably my true team because, as I was talking with JT a little while back about Aboriginal names, and I think Canberra's an Aboriginal name, but they've even had some good teams from way back in Mal and Mingus days. But for the game tonight, definitely the Storm, I think they're going to go all the way. They're just a class act, Kiwi. They're about as successful a footy team as the All Blacks are, and funnily enough, as I said about my teams, they're all non-New South Wales sides. I've got a bit of a New South Wales bias, I think.
It will be. I mean, no matter which team goes into the final, the Raiders will certainly have that underdogs tag to go along with them, AJT.
Oh, absolutely, and they'll have a groundswell of support from the neutrals as well. I think, like I said, not a lot of people like the Storm, and not a lot of people like the Roosters. So either way, they're going to be the bad guys next week's decider. And Canberra Raiders, everyone's looking for a fairy tale for them. So yeah, and as a Storm supporter, something we're used to. We know that no one likes us. We don't care. We don't like you either. So it'll be good if we get in because there'll be no. Just on the back of what Ra Walker said, there'll be no Sydney teams in the final if we get in, which will be awesome. So,
true.
Yeah, look, big game tonight, and I'm certainly looking forward to it. I'm on the edge of my seat as we speak. And wait, but get it over and done with, and get forward to the big dance next week.
Looking forward to it, absolutely. What do you reckon? Big, huge tag, obviously going to the Canberra Raiders there, Reno?
Yeah, mate, this will be a fairy tale for Ricky and that team. When you take a look at the two teams going head-to-head tonight, there are some strike power, star power, state of origin power, kangaroo power. The names alone are massive names that'll be on the paddock tonight. And you take a look at the Raiders, some of them have been stalwarts of the club for many years, and it's how they can maybe achieve what some of the great names that, of course, people reflect on the club back in the 80s and the 90s, all those massive names we'll touch on during the shows. But it'll be a big one. Tonight's going to be a big game. And then bring it on. The week building up to it, I can already see it. All the Viking fans, the green, everything. Yep. Mate, it's going to be green machine. Don't you what? It's going to be unbelievable. And there's going to be some massive build-up to it, especially with that history and some of those names that are iconic names behind the Raiders franchise in many years. But Storm, Roosters tonight, going to be a big game. I can't wait. I wish it could bloody happen now. Like last night's game, I said before the show, I was like, mate, that's got more highlights in it than any of the Rugby World Cup games for me. Had everything, the hits. Yeah. You know, if it was in the World Cup, mate, they were gone. Half their bloody team would have been red carded off. Yeah. And but it was just the playing style, the intensity, it had everything. Oh. Everything that made me stay up until bloody midnight. I'm tired now, but it was well worth it.
It's one of the great things about sport, I suppose, is being able to, watch. I mean, you get the good with the bad, don't you, Reno? But when it's good, it is just so good, isn't it, bro?
Oh, mate, that was a sublime game. Everything. I loved it right across. They just never gave up, both teams. Defence, key word for the Canberra success now. Defence, and down to 12 players. They just held in there, and you got the Englishman in there, Bateman. You got a guy playing a fullback who had 10 minutes in the bin, former Warrior, dare I say that. Look what he's doing now. He's in the big dance. Yeah. This young kid who's had an amazing career, had a rough upbringing, everything like that, and got a big family as well. And his whānau were there last night, Clockstead, and he's in the final. So stick that up yourselves, the Warriors. Take that. I always knew this kid was a talent. Yeah. Should have kept him, but I'm glad he has left. And I said that during the piece when he left, and I found out that this kid's going to be a star. Watch it. Yep. He could be. I don't think he'll get the fullback of the year. He'll be Tedesco. Yeah. But this kid's right up there now. I know Roger Tuivasa-Sheck has pulled himself out of any international games. This kid will be the fullback or Watney or Dallin. So it's going to be interesting. He's going to be in the black jersey mould, I'd say.
Yeah. What do you reckon there, JT?
Sorry,
about what Reno was just saying about this young kid, fullback.
Clockstead.
Yeah, he was solid last night, and obviously he couldn't play fullback at the Warriors, so he's made the right decision, both personally and career-wise. There's a vacancy at Canberra. They shifted Viking from fullback to 5'8", and it's worked out a treat. And so what do you call a Warrior playing in September? You call him Charles Nickel Clockstead. That's what you call him. Mate, and good luck to him. Obviously, if Roosters lose tonight, then I'll be jumping across to the green machine bandwagon myself. But if my team gets in, then I hope he has a good game. But I hope he gets the silver medal next week.
It's going to be a great game tonight. I mean, boy, it was a really good game today. I was just thinking, because JT, you were talking about the names, and two of them, three actually, three of the big names that I can think of that came out of the Raiders. They were Kiwis. Obviously, Brent Todd, Quinton Pongia, and Ruben Wiki. I'm not sure if I'm missing out anyone. What do you reckon? Am I?
Yeah, big Connie Lomax was in there as well.
Sorry, how could I forget? Yes.
Unfortunately, was got suspended from that 1994 grand final a week before and missed out on playing on the grand final day. But which brings me to another story. Paul Osborne, who was a replacement, was getting ready to board a plane to England. He'd signed to play Super League. Right. And they said, no, you've back, mate, you better come back. So he ran on, set up the first try, scored another one, and set up another one, and the first half of the game was over. So Paul Osborne should have been on his way to England, got to play in the grand final, and was quite a determining factor in who won that one. Another story about that was Luke DeVico, who'd been on the drink the night before. Yeah. And someone's gone cook in the warm-up, you've got to go get changed, and he was still hungover. So he got a grand final medal, and he said he was that hungover, he's glad he didn't have to play too long.
Right. Wow, some great stories, obviously, and only those sorts of stories could have come from that particular era. It seems, JT.
Yeah,